U.S. government will run out of money by October 18th, Treasury Secretary says. I'm going to speak more on this subject, but before I do so, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kwakadash, the bonders to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the whole folk like scattered abroad at the four corners of the earth. So as y'all can see, I have a few headlines about this topic. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read off a few of them. Janet Yellen says U.S. could run out of cash to pay its bills in less than 3 weeks. So they say October 18th is the day. That's the date. And she has a quote right here that reads, "This would be a manufactured crisis we have imposed on this country," Yellen said. And what she means by that is how the U.S. government just continues to increase the debt ceiling. And they've been doing that throughout the years. And all that has ensued from that is this unpayable debt. So it's like a bubble, and eventually it's just going to pop. So this is the U.S. debt clock right here, and it says the U.S. national debt is 28 trillion. So this place is finished, and it just continues to skyrocket. I'm trying to pull up another article. This is an article that caught my attention earlier when I was reading about this topic. This is from the Vox. Biden could end the debt ceiling all by himself. So it seems like the decision on whether to increase the debt ceiling falls on Joe Biden. This one's from Yahoo News. Mitch McConnell says the U.S. won't default on its debt as he pushes the U.S. closer to defaulting on its debt. This one is from USA Today. Biden cancels trip to focus on budget talks. Congress scrambles as government shutdown. And now that I come to think of it, they did have a government shutdown a few years back. So it looks like they're running into those same problems again. House passes debt ceiling suspension that is doomed in the Senate. So that's from the CNBC. So House passes debt ceiling suspension that is doomed in the Senate. So this government is divided. The scriptures say a house divided against itself will not stand. So the House wants to pass that debt ceiling suspension, but the Senate doesn't. So this is a very complex situation that's going on right now. Oh, look at this one. Senate Republicans again block U.S. debt limit hike. Shut down wombs. So let me jump to the scriptures, because as always, I like to filter through the Bible. This is Genesis 47:14. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. So the money failed in ancient Egypt, and it's going to fail in modern day Egypt, which is America. Look at the back of a dollar bill. There's a pyramid on the back of it. So America is modern day Egypt, and things are coming full circle. This is James 5 and 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep in hell for your miseries that shall come upon you. And these rich men that it's talking about is a super elite rich. You know, your elite banking families, such as the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, um, the Rockefellers. You know, the elites of this world. They run everything. They're trillionaires, and they're also known as the Illuminati. Verse 2, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. And when it says your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, that goes into how the money is being devalued. You see, going back into the ancient Roman Empire, the ancient pagan Roman Empire, one of the reasons why it fell was because the money system failed. They were devaluing the currency that they had at the time. When you go into the history, so they couldn't afford to pay their military. You see, Rome's power back then was predicated upon their military. You know, that's how they were able to, conquer lands and enforce their laws and whatnot. So, if the money failed back in ancient Rome, it's gonna fail in America as well, because America is also known as Rome all over again. So let me read verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And that's what these bankers, the elites of this world are known for. They're known for their fraud, their fraudulent activity with the money when it comes to people. You see, the society is really based upon debt. A lot of people in this society are in debt. I mean, you see how the country is in a unpayable situation, where they can't pay off the debt, and they just continue to increase the ceiling. Well, eventually the bubble is gonna pop, as I mentioned earlier. And the cries of them which have reaped and entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. This is talking about the elites. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. So I'm gonna end off on that. Hope y'all found this video edifying. Shalom.